Mumbai. The energy that this city radiates is incomparable. It is a city on the move, sometimes seeming chaotic, but many believe that the chaos makes its own contribution to how the city runs, and runs fast. The citizens of the city are so familiar with what experts refer to as horizontal chaos. The traffic on the roads, marketplaces, recreational facilities. But the fast growth track the city has been for decades has also led to people heading home to what is now being called vertical chaos. The paucity of space in this bustling city is well documented. It is also apparent in the sizes of the rooms in our apartments, the early morning crowd in gyms, pools and parks. Premium housing complexes offer good locations, but not great living spaces. One gets a house, but it's not home. But there are a select few who would want that extra space, privacy and happiness which they have worked so hard to achieve. Those who are willing to go that extra mile to give their families and themselves the living space and amenities that most of us would find a challenge. Conceived by the Wadhwa Group, W54 is one such towering landmark in the bustling island city. The group, known for world-class living spaces in the suburbs, is committed to develop W54 as its signature product in the island city. The W54 is conceived differently, designed differently and built differently. And the hallmark of the project is exclusivity. While most of the builders in the area offer an average of 200 residential spaces, the W54 offers a rare luxury of just 57 apartments. This is truly the luxury of less. The W54 is located at the heart of the city and can be accessed through 4 entry points, something which not many buildings in the island city can boast of. What this also means is reduced travel time by about 60 minutes, which in turn translates into more time spent with your children and more smiles shared with family. What sets W54 apart from others is the precision with which the factors intrinsic to its development are thought out. Foremost among these is the Floor Space Index or the FSI. Most builders in the island city opt for an FSI of 4. The W54 is conceived on an FSI of 1.33. Let's now try to understand how this difference in FSI puts W54 in a league of its own. A higher FSI translates into 44 floors and 200 residential units with 6 flats to a floor. Moreover, these buildings are about 180 meters tall, which exerts a lot of pressure on the building infrastructure, making it comparatively weaker. With a 1.33 FSI, W54 will have just 32 floors and 57 exclusive residential spaces with 2 units per floor. Just 117.65 meters tall, the building has a very low cost of maintenance. And if fast elevators and zero waiting time is what you expect every time you come home, W54 is the answer. Buildings with a higher FSI require a large foundation. The result? Ground coverage of 47.4% and decrease in construction space for modern amenities. W54 takes up only 10% of the plot area with 90% of space dedicated to state-of-the-art facilities. With 67 square meters of recreational space to every individual family, W54 promises a huge and safe play area for your children and soothing environs for your family every time they step out for a stroll. Buildings with a higher FSI are mandated to accommodate a public car park with a capacity of 760 vehicles, which means an addition of 7 podiums and 3 basements to provide the requisite amount of space. W54 has just 2 basements and a capacity of 165 vehicles, which is ample space considering the select few residents it houses. Moreover, security is extremely streamlined and unlike common parking areas, vehicles moving in or out of the compound is almost non-existent, causing no commotion whatsoever. If you've always imagined a parking space waiting for you instead of it being the other way around, you need not look any further. Moreover, when it comes to aesthetics, W54 is a feast for the eyes. The iconic sea link on one side and the beautiful cityscape on the other promise a spectacular view every time you look out the window. What's more, A range of premium services offered at the W54 take the whole experience of a luxurious living a notch higher. The concierge service offered here is nothing short of that at some of the best hotels in the world. A dedicated staff caters to the residents round the clock, meaning that your needs are answered with utmost speed and alacrity. The medical personnel on call throughout the day at W54 is our commitment to provide swift action in case medical needs or emergencies crop up. The W54 has a range of facilities which bring home an elevated living experience to its select residents. Be it the Sky Lounge for you to unwind after a tiring day, the sprawling spa area to rejuvenate the mind, the viewing decks to soak in the beautiful surroundings, the elegant lobby to receive distinguished guests, or the living area where your family comes together every evening. The spaces here at W54 are a perfect blend of aesthetics and functionality. With just a handful of spaces and a select few residents, it is the Wadhwa Group's commitment to go beyond its role of being just a developer to ensure that your specific needs are taken care of whenever you want, wherever you want. The W54 is a home like none other, and it's our commitment to deliver on this promise every single day. One may ask, why the name W54? The number has its roots in ancient civilizations. In mythology, 5 and 4 come together to signify God's omnipresence. Some civilizations considered it a sign of strength and character, others a sign of eloquent and peaceful living. With 32 stories and just 57 truly exclusive living spaces, the W54 signifies less. Less crowds, less noise, and at the same time, a lot more. More space, more privacy, more peace, and better quality of life.